Welcome to Health with Hashimoto's. This is the podcast where I help you find simple and sustainable solutions for your Hashimoto's. I want you to find your path to health with Hashimoto's. My name is Esther. I am a registered nurse. After 17 years in the emergency department, I went back to school for holistic health education, and now I help women find simple and sustainable things that they can do for their health. And I am starting a new series. We're going to try something out. I'm calling it my summer shorts. And I will strive to have these summer episodes between 7 to 10 minutes. You can still binge them, but I know that sometimes in the summer, your gaps of time or your, time that you have to yourself is limited. So let's see if we can talk about what to do for Hashimoto's in 7 to 10 minutes. And I've already spent 1 minute giving the intro. All right. So when you have Hashimoto's, you can think of your health like a plant. That's one of my favorite analogies. You can also think of your health and your disease as a stream. So let's talk about the stream, since in the last episode, we talked about the plant a lot. Imagine you are walking down a creek or a stream, and all of a sudden you see a little rubber ducky floating down the stream towards you. It's cute, right? No big deal. You scoop it out because you don't want pollution, and you go on your way. And then you see another one and you scoop it out. And then pretty soon you're seeing like 5, 10, 15 little rubber duckies. Now you can continue standing there and scooping them out, and you're going to get tired. You're going to get cold, but you're going to be effective, right? Because you are doing what you can. At the time, you're scooping out the rubber duckies. What's going to be more effective, standing there and scooping out the rubber duckies, or going upstream a little bit and finding out who's throwing them all in the river? You want to find the culprit, right? You want to find out why all of these rubber duckies are getting into the river. Well, that is like your health. The little rubber duckies are your symptoms. And a lot of people spend a lot of time attacking the symptoms and trying to remove the symptoms. And it works for a while, and you can find solutions for some things, and then others are a little harder to get rid of. But those are the rubber duckies. What we really want in our health is to figure out what's causing the rubber duckies to be in the river in the first place. So in this case, it would be what's causing the symptoms. Now, because Hashimoto's is an autoimmune problem, that means you've got two different things going on. You've got the autoimmune problem, and then you've also got the attack on the thyroid. A lot of your symptoms are coming because of the thyroid issue, but it's not really your thyroid that's the problem. It's the immune system attacking it. So it is your job to go upstream a little bit and to figure out what's causing it, who's dumping the rubber duckies in. Now, in the case of an autoimmune problem, it is your immune system going haywire and starting to attack yourself. So why is it? What is triggering your immune system to go on attack? And not only that, but attack the wrong things. You want to figure out how to calm your immune system down and how to help it work like it's designed to work. And one of the biggest things for that is stress. So if you've not listened to any of the stress episode, if you have some time after this one, I have a bunch of episodes about different kinds of stress and what you can do for it. The stress episodes, I start out with number 7. So episode number 7 is all about stress, your thyroid, and Hashimoto's. And then episode 8 is 5 tips for you when you're a busy person to reduce and manage your stress. In episode 24, I talk about your adrenal glands and chronic stress and Hashimoto's. In episode 34, I give you some ways to halt the damage caused by stress. In that one, we also talk about your lymphatic system, because that's huge in stress. Your lymphatic system is like the garbage disposal system of your body. And when you are under stress, it can cause almost like a molten lava type situation in your lymphatic system. And you don't want that. You want things to be moving really well. In episode 36, I talk about using art to de-stress. That is one of, I think, my favorite episodes, because there's so many fun things that we don't really think about for health. In episode 40, I talked about spiritual stress and how that can be related to inflammation and autoimmune system or autoimmune diseases. So those are some episodes about stress. And stress is huge when you're talking about autoimmune problems. So that is one cause or one person dumping rubber duckies into the stream. That's one thing you can look at is the stress. But there are other things that can trigger or can cause autoimmune problems. I have an entire mini course for you inside the Health with Hashimoto's app. This is actually step 2 of your path to health with Hashimoto's. Step 1 is Hashimoto's Decoded. It is 10 questions to ask your doctor because you want to invite your doctor to help you figure out how to help yourself. Your doctor can only do so much. They can give you the best advice that they can. They can prescribe medications, but your doctor cannot make choices for you. Also, your doctor really probably does not have time to dig into the root causes. Your doctor doesn't have time to go upstream with you and figure out what's throwing the rubber duckies into the river. That is your job. So step 1 is Hashimoto's Decoded 10 questions to ask your doctor. And these are things that your doctor can probably answer and can really help you become your best patient advocate. Step 2 is Hashimoto's Decoded Root Causes Revealed. And that's helping you look for what's causing the rubber duckies to get into the stream. I guide you through the 3 main root causes and then the 8 most common triggers and help you figure out which ones apply to you and your situation. Because once you can identify the culprit who's throwing rubber duckies into the river, then you can take action. Because it's so tiring to just keep scooping out the rubber duckies. It's so tiring to just keep addressing the symptoms and not feel like you're actually making any difference. That's why I left the emergency department. I felt like I was always just scooping rubber duckies. I was just always helping people with their most urgent symptom. I wasn't really helping them live a better and more healthy life. I have been just so grateful that I get to help you in this way through the podcast and through the Health with Hashimoto's app and through my course, the Holistic Hashimoto's course. I love to be able to help you learn how to identify your root causes and take action. All right, I did it. 7 minutes, and we talked about the root causes and what it looks like to look for those root causes. So if you have some extra time right now, head down to the show notes. You can either listen to one of the stress episodes or enroll in the Hashimoto's Decoded steps 1 and 2. Again, step 1 is it's a PDF to download and you actually print the last page so you can take it to your doctor and ask questions. But the audio course is like listening to a private podcast. I am walking you through the 10 questions so that you know which ones are the most important, so that you know which ones to ask, and so you can get your answers. And then step 2 is Hashimoto's Decoded Root Causes Revealed so that you can look for who's throwing in the rubber duckies and you can address them. This podcast is for informational and educational purposes only. Please discuss any concerns and plans with your trusted healthcare professional. If you found this episode helpful, will you please share it with a friend? I'll see you next week on the Health with Hashimoto's podcast.